How concerned should the New York Knicks be moving forward?
Well, listen, they're not a team that can really get by without being concerned, honestly.
Right.
So they have to understand, but they're going to make the playoffs. They're going to make the playoffs. Their schedule is significantly more difficult than the Bucks down the stretch, but the Milwaukee Bucks aren't a good basketball team. All right, I saw the Knicks in person. Now, to keep me up here so much, I finally saw them in person Wednesday night in Philly. Neither team really shot well offensively, but I was really, really impressed with how hard the Knicks were playing defensively. They actually cared.
Yep.
They were committed. They fought over picks. They were hitting people. Even Carmelo was trying to defend. And that's a lot. Stoudemire was playing hard in that game defensively. Look, they've won 7 out of 8. 5 of those teams they've held to 80 points or less. Now, you can look at the schedule and say, well, they're not playing anybody. We know there's a lot of nobodies in the NBA. So they're going to have a lot of nights between now and the playoffs where they're going to play teams that aren't very good offensively.
Right.
If they just battle this hard, they won a game shooting 35% and turning the ball over 24 times. They couldn't have done that when Mike D'Antoni was the head coach. Because they would have given up 122 points.
Why the switch? Are they liberated?
Well, I think part of it is because Mike Woodson is paying attention to it in his shoot-around, in his pregame talk. He's not just going up making adjustments offensively on the board. That's what Mike's specialty is. Mike Woodson has more of a voice now, and his thing is we have to defend. Let's grind out an 80 to 76 game if we have to. You have to win some games like that in the NBA to be a legitimate playoff team, and they're starting to do that. Even the game, they've given up over 90 once in the last 8 games, and that was Indiana, and they beat them by 15 points. So, to me, the fact that they're competing and there's an adrenaline rush from a new coach coming in that they're living off of right now, they're going to make the playoffs because the Bucks aren't good enough to catch them. And the New York Knicks, if they just compete on every possession, they're going to have a great shot at making the playoffs. Will they make noise? Probably not, because they'll get Miami or Chicago in the first round, most likely.
Mike D'Antoni sat down too much. When the players came off the court and went to the bench, they walked right past him too many times without him saying one word to them. You're not seeing that out of Woody. He did it in Atlanta where he got the job and they were winning 13 games a year. And then when he left, when he shouldn't have been fired or not rehired, when he left, they were winning plus 40, 50 games a year and consistently in the postseason. He stands up the entire game and he coaches, and these guys respect that. When Stoudemire comes off the floor, when Lynn comes off the floor, when Baron Davis comes off the floor, he's talking to everybody about something, and I bet it's something defensively because that's the difference with this team right now. I didn't expect much from them this year. I want them to get into the postseason, but next year will be the year where we really see, if Woodson's still the coach, that this defensive prowess takes more of a stance and they become a better team. I love what I'm seeing out of Mike Woodson.
I do too. So on a trouble scale of 1 to 10 for the Knicks, I'm only going to go up to a 3. This is very interesting. They might not have Amari for the rest of the year. He has a serious back issue. Might need surgery. I love Amari, but could that be viewed as a positive for the Knicks?
As a fan, I kind of like it. I kind of like it.
Okay, because no disrespect to Amari, but it allows Melo to be Melo. And last night was the first time since January I got to see my man Melo play basketball. He was rolling out there, 28 and 10. I said, well, there he is. Where's he been? Well, he's been sharing the ball, touches with Amari. They do play the same game in sort of the same way in too many ways.
Same spots.
Same spots,
floor.
and it's hard to get whose turn is it, and neither one of them ever seems to be quite happy with the arrangement. So I like the way they played. Jeremy Lin, not that he's the key to the run, but I think he'll be okay. And I think Melo will end up being okay. And I love your point about playing defense because last night they flat out locked that team down. Because if you let Brandon Jennings and Monte Ellis go off on you, they will go off. They shot 8 for 36 and missed all 9 of their combined three-point attempts. That's some defense. I mean, on the New York Knicks scale, that's pretty good. And that will get you somewhere. It will get you a playoff spot.
The way that team was playing earlier in the year, it was hope they miss and let's run out. Now there's just no open looks. Philadelphia didn't have half a dozen open looks in that game the other night, and that was a big game. New York going into Philly, that's the team they're trying to catch in the division, and they put it to them defensively. Very, very impressed by that. And listen, this is a team right now with Carmelo Anthony maybe he can find his game. He hasn't had it all year.
Right.
He even shot 8 for 20 last night, but at least he was engaged offensively. You knew where the ball was going. His role was clear, and it's the role he's comfortable in.
It looked like the old Carmelo.
And other guys pick up the crumbs around me, but come through me and let's figure this out.
It's the old Carmelo with a new guy playing defense. He was locking up last night on guys.
I'm also a huge fan of Linsanity, but for the record, Mike Woodson doesn't like young players, especially point guards.
No.
But a healthy Baron Davis is good for this ball club.
Yeah, but they won in spite of him. He turned it over 9 times.
But that will get better.
Okay. Look what's going on with the minutes. It was Jeremy Lin here, Baron Davis here, and D'Antoni's here. And now look, it's about 26-22. Right around in there. Baron Davis getting more run for longer stretches of period of time because Mike Woodson trusts veterans. He has seen what Baron Davis has done to his teams when he's coached. I'm not saying Jeremy Lin's going to get benched or anything like that. He has an absolute role in this team, and he's important, and they play well with him, his teammates. But Baron Davis physically can do things that Jeremy Lin can't do.
Bibby's even back on the floor from time to time.
Yeah.